Hello, my lovely viewers. This is another beautiful time on Clinical Health Hub. We are very grateful for your subscriptions, for the likes, and for the comments. They are all have been taken in good faith. We still want to have your subscriptions, your likes, your comments, and sharing our videos. They are purely on health education and where you get appropriate services. They'll be coming back. They'll be coming to us very shortly. Currently, we talked about the Harmattan or the doctor weed season. The doctor weed season is not absolutely gone, but we know in our current state, and more especially in my home country, the Harmattan has really wavered. It has gone down. Why has it gone down? There is a lot of changes that we are seeing. The kind of dryness we usually experience during the season has mellowed. There has been some records of rainfalls in the country, not excluding Ghana, not excluding Accra. On the 11th of January 2020, we observed a heavy rainfall. It was quite a phenomenon. Some people were really surprised because we know that as soon as the rain comes means that the Harmattan is finished. But the doctor weed season I have observed is not complete. We still feel some dryness and a little bit of coldness, not as cold as 9 degrees though, but we are all there. Every season has its effect. An effect, now we are focusing on the effect of health, on our health. The doctor weed season is responsible for a lot of new onset of cardiovascular and respiratory diseases. These include obesity, hypertension, diabetes mellitus, tonsillitis, bronchitis, pneumonia, asthma, and exacerbation of sickle cell disease. We must at every point in our lives suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. That was echoed by Jim Rohn. Interestingly, I would love to go for the pain of discipline. After all, you will regret and have a pain, but want to have the benefits of being disciplined to maintain a good health at this time, that the cold weather will come and it will go. I'll still maintain a good health, all things being equal. Today, we'll be looking at 4 main points, which are nutrition, hygiene, prevention of accidents, road traffic accidents, and reducing or avoiding fires in our homes. On nutrition, the main point we stated last week was hydrate yourself in this season. It is very important and all of us must maintain it, but more especially to the individuals having sickle cell disease, to avoid or prevent having any kind of sickle cell diseases and crises being worsened at this time. Ensure that you drink a lot of water. As much as you can, all of us must avoid the chilled water. And as much as we can, we should avoid caffeinated drinks, sodas, and alcoholic beverages. These tend to dehydrate us as well. We should substitute fruits and vegetables for other drinks that we have mentioned and we cannot have at this time. Fruits and vegetables have their benefits, and more especially on our immune system, which will help the immune system be stronger than it has always been and boost it at this time. That will be safe from the cold infections and from a lot of these heart conditions. It is important to note that when you are going to eat your fruits, like we always know, you have to wash them well. I mean well. You get a little water, enough water with salt, which is a salt solution, and you use it to rinse your fruits and your vegetables before working on them for consumption. We should eat our meals in clean environment, and more especially if you want to eat outside your home. It will be more appropriate for us to eat in our homes, but it won't be feasible for each and every one of us. And at some times, as we go out during working hours, we are forced to eat out. Please do that Avoid cold foods at this time, including ice creams. Yes, those of us who are the ice cream lovers, let's tone it down at this time. It will help us a lot. Our water storing containers should be well covered. Around the dry season, breeding of mosquitoes is really down. A lot of water bodies have already dried up, and more vegetation that will facilitate the growth or the breeding of mosquitoes are also drying up because of the season. But we shouldn't lose fact that we could still come down with malaria. It's very important. Keep our water storing containers covered. They can as well collect dust into our drinking waters. But because we don't see the water we drink, we might assume they are still clean, but they might have been too much infected with other germs from the environment. Interestingly, we realize that we cannot stop the dust that are in our environment, especially outside our homes. But within our homes, we can control the dust that come in, more especially by using curtains and drapes and ensuring that our windows and doors are closed most of the time. They help us keep the warmth in our rooms and in our homes, and it helps us to keep warm, and as much as we can, reduces the amount of dust that come inside. When it comes to the cleaning of dirty covers and dirty tables, dirty tops, we need some detergent or water with a rag to clean, and as much as we can, we should clean them more often so the collection of dust does not overwhelm us over the day. It's very important at this time not to sneeze or cough into the atmosphere. Cover your nostrils with a tissue as much as you can do that, or you can cough into the corner of your elbow. That also helps reduce the amount of droplets that you are going to release into the air. It is important, especially those who are having cold, those who are having tonsillitis, those who are having pneumonia, just don't spit around as much as you can. Get a small container, get a water or detergent in it. It's most preferable to have a detergent in the container. As and when you want to spit into the container, put it in a polythene bag and keep it in your handbag or in your hand luggage for easy accessibility. When you get to a place with a good washroom, you can pour it away, wash your container and refill. Those with allergies, at this time, it is advisable to avoid crowded places, dusty and dirty environments, because they have a lot of things that could easily provoke or bring a reaction that might not be very helpful to you. As much as we can, we need to avoid them and to stay safe. When we use alcohol wraps or alcohol wipes at this time, they dehydrate the parts of body we are going to use on, and they will increase wrinkling of the part. Especially women who uses wipes on their faces, at this time it's better to go for other options than the alcohol-based ones. Safety on our roads. We still have some kind of reduced visibility, especially in the early mornings and later in the evenings. To our motorists, this is a plea. Let's continue to keep to rules and regulations on the road and obey road signs to keep everybody safe. As much as we can, we must ensure that we reduce our speed at this time and to put on our lights as and when necessary to increase the visibility we are using to drive. Pedestrians, those of us who don't drive but walk on the road, motorists as well, we should do as much as we can when we want to cross the road to attract or get the attention of the driver before we cross the road. We shouldn't forget, each road has its own signs. Where we have zebra crossing, we should make maximum good use of them. And don't forget, the rule, look left, look right, and left again is still in force. Let's cross the road at safer points and safer places to stay safe. To avoid fires in our home, I remember in our previous episode, we mentioned that as much as you can in the use of your home electrical gadgets, as soon as you are done, remember to put them off, unplug them from their sockets, and leave them before you go out anywhere you're going to. Don't forget to put off your cylinders as well. As much as you can, avoid the use of where a cylinder is leaking and you've put a stone on it. It can easily cause a fire when you are not at home. Let's remember, at no point in time should we set fires near electric poles. They can be very hazardous to us and to them that are using the electric poles. And it's a big loss to a state if one electric pole is bent. Let's stay safe at this time and keep to these simple rules and regulations. Like we mentioned earlier, the pain of discipline is better than the pain of regret. Don't let us wait till it happens and try to look for who to blame. We should take more responsibility at this time to stay safe and healthy. God bless you till we come your way again on our next episode where we'll be discussing fertility. I know you want to hear more about it. Keep to subscribe to this channel, like our page, keep the comments coming, and we believe we will go a long way together. God bless you. See you again on our next episode. Thank you.